Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. Today we're going to take you on a quick walk through the new Beautyrest Black collection, which has been completely redone for 2019. So we're looking forward to showing it to you. Stick around. So one of the first things they did with overhauling the Black collection this year is to come up with a little bit more clear naming system for their models. They've divided the Black collection into 3 tiers: the L class, the C class, and the K class. And the L class starts at about $17.99 and goes up to $23.99. The C class starts at $26.99 and goes to $28.99. And the K class starts at $32.99 and goes to $38.99. Now we'll give you a sense of how these different classes compare and what features they add as you step up through those classes. But at a high level, the L class is going to have 5 different feels available to you, whereas the C class will have 4 different feels and the K class has 3. Now, most likely your local retailer is not going to have all of these Beautyrest Black options, but we just wanted to give you a sense of the full landscape so that you can find the one that's best for you. And in general, what you're going to find is within each class, the more expensive options are going to tend to be thicker mattresses with more pressure relieving foams, and oftentimes are going to be pillow tops. So let's start by getting into some of the features that all Beautyrest Black mattresses have in common. And in addition to some of the aesthetic features that you might notice right off the bat, like the charcoal and white color scheme, this charcoal side panel with the 2 handles on each side, probably the biggest, most noteworthy thing that you get with any Beautyrest Black mattress is their twisted cable coil. This is something they used to call the advanced pocketed coil. Now they've rebranded it the T3 pocketed coil, but it's the same cable or same coil, and it's made like the cables on a suspension bridge that are basically twisted strands of steel. It's made in a very similar way. So there's 3 strands of steel twisted together into a cable and then formed into the shape of a coil. Now that's designed to give the coil a lot more strength and rigidity. And so that's been kind of the hallmark of the Beautyrest Black brand for a long time, and remains one of the key signature features. In this mattress, they've got basically alternating rows of these cables, and then in between those rows are rows of kind of normal pocketed coils. And those rows actually do vary depending on whether you're on a firm model or a plush model. So if you're on a firm model, those alternating rows are going to be a little bit firmer coils. If you're on a plush model, those alternating rows are going to be a little bit plusher coils. And that's something that is a Beautyrest philosophy that covers their whole line, really, where they try to vary up the feel of the mattress based on not only the softness levels of the foams on the top of the mattress, but also by varying up the support layer firmness as well a little bit. So, but I think that variation is going to be a little bit less pronounced on the Beautyrest Black, just by virtue of the fact that every other row is these very firm twisted cable coils. So that's really kind of the support system, and that's going to be pretty consistent throughout the Beautyrest Black line. And it also applies to the edge support that you get in these mattresses too. The next set of features that all Beautyrest Black mattresses in this new collection are going to have in common is what they call Black Ice 4.0. And this is certainly something you're going to see advertised a lot. Black Ice 4.0 is the name that they have given to basically a suite of cooling features that are in every Beautyrest Black mattress. Now, if you were in the market for a Beautyrest Black previously, you may remember the term Black Ice being used before. Well, in the previous generation, it was used to refer to a microdiamond infused memory foam that had phase change material on one side. And that layer of foam was kind of down into the mattress a little bit, which inhibited its ability or its efficacy and its cooling ability. So what they decided to do to improve upon that is develop a suite of cooling features that are all right up at the top of the mattress where you can feel them the most. Essentially, the first 2 features use phase change material. So they have phase change material right on the cover to give the most palpable coolness to the touch, most immediate coolness to the touch. Then they have another layer of fabric right below the cover that also has phase change material to basically add even more coolness to the touch, although it's a layer deeper, so that just takes a little bit longer for the heat from your body to reach it. But it's just the more of those wax beads that you have, that's what phase change material is, the more cooling capability the mattress has overall, because once a wax turns from a solid to a liquid, its cooling capability has been depleted. So once you've depleted the cooling capability in the top surface layer of phase change material, the idea is now you've got another layer right below that, where you'll still continue to get that cooling sensation from. The third layer is basically little flecks of silver dust in the FR fiber. And the idea is that silver is a conductor, so that just creates a little bit easier way for heat to travel away from your body. And then the fourth piece of Black Ice 4.0 is what they call a silk air fiber. So essentially in this quilting layer, they've replaced certain polyfoams with a fiber that has just naturally more airflow. So it's think of it like almost like wool, but it's not wool. It's just like it's a fiber that has a lot more airflow naturally to it. So those are the four components of Black Ice 4.0 that you'll find in every Beautyrest Black mattress. So now here we are on the entry-level model in the whole Beautyrest Black collection, which is the L-Class Extra Firm. And you'll see this model for $17.99. And by the way, all the prices I'm quoting in this video are for queen size mattress only. And it's also worth adding that Beautyrest Black is what's called a MAP priced line. So you really shouldn't see ever any advertised prices below the prices that we're quoting you in this video. Now, I wanted to just start with this model because I wanted to give you a sense. As I mentioned, there are 5 total choices of feel in the L class. They range from this one, extra firm, all the way up to a plush pillow top at the sort of high end of the L class. In fact, both of the 2 highest price points in the L class are pillow tops. And then in between this and the pillow tops, you have your choice of medium or plush in a tight top. I would also think it's worth noting that if you've seen our review of the Callista Extra Firm, this is the mattress that replaced that. And with the exception of the Black Ice 4.0 features that I described previously, I think that the feel and other characteristics of this mattress are pretty much going to be the same as what we reviewed in the Callista Extra Firm. So now I've moved up to the L-Class Plush Pillow Top, which is about the softest option in the L-Class. And this would be a $23.99 in a queen size mattress only. And what I can tell you is it is definitely a lot different than that Extra Firm model I was just on. Whereas that model would probably be most suitable for only back sleepers or stomach sleepers, or maybe the rare side sleeper who just really likes a very firm surface. This one here is going to be much deeper cushioning. It's going to be much more well suited to people who like to sleep more in their mattress or be hugged or cradled by it. It's also going to have more pressure relieving characteristics for side sleepers, which is going to be especially important if you're a lighter side sleeper, to have that extra surface softness. But one thing I do want to point out, while we've shown you the 2 ends of the spectrums in the L class, I also want to point out that the L class doesn't really have a lot of memory foam in it. Even this one, which has the most softness and pressure relieving characteristics in the L class, you can see here it responds basically instantly. In fact, there's only about a ½ inch of memory foam in each of these mattresses, and it's not even up at the top, so it's not something you really feel. If you're looking for more of that melting memory feel, you're not going to find it in the L class mattresses. So now we've moved up to the C class, the middle tier of the Beautyrest Black collection, which is actually the most popular tier of Beautyrest Black historically. You may have read reviews or found other information for models like the Natasha or the Mariella. Well, these are the new versions of those mattresses. And what you're getting as you move up to the C class principally is a little bit more pressure relieving memory foam. So you're going to have on average around 2 inches of total memory foam in each of these 4 choices. And specifically, you're also going to have 1 inch. One of those 2 inches is going to be what they call right temp memory foam, which is basically a graphite infused memory foam. And it's designed to have a little bit of additional cooling characteristics because graphite is a conductor. So I should have mentioned this earlier, but the L class, they've actually measured that the L class relative to the previous version of the Beautyrest Black collection is 2 degrees cooler for up to 30 minutes. And that's because of those Black Ice 4.0 features that we mentioned earlier, where they're pulling heat away from you with the phase change and the other characteristics right up at the top of the mattress. And that, by the way, I would add, is something that a big company like Beautyrest has to provide a lot of substantiation for to be able to make a claim like that. And likewise, they've been able to measure that because of this graphite infused memory foam that you find in this middle tier, that the middle tier C class models are even just a smidge cooler than the L-Class ones, about 20% cooler. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that means, 20% cooler, but they're able to at least substantiate that, and that's due to the right temp memory foam in there. Now, in terms of the feels of these models, you have a total of 4 choices of feel. They range from basically a medium to a plush pillow top. So you don't really have an option at the super firm end of the spectrum in the C-Class, but you do have a choice of feels, and you are, as I mentioned before, going to get a little bit more of that memory feel in the C-Class. So now we've moved up to the K-Class, which is the top of the line in the new Beautyrest Black collection. And this class has 3 total models, and the big thing that they all 3 have in common is a layer of what they call 2K nanocoils. Basically, it's actually a little bit more than 2,000 of these nanocoils that go across the whole mattress. Nanocoils are basically a very small, short spring. It's about 1 inch in this case, that is of course very springy, very quick responding, but also very conforming by virtue of its small diameter and its softness. It helps a lot with conformance, and they're used up in generally the comfort layers of the mattress to provide added pressure relief and conformance. And so you can see where it falls in the Beautyrest Black stack here. It's usually somewhere in between a couple layers of memory foam. So that's something that all of the K-Class models have in common. And then within this 3 model class, you have 1 tight top, which is a medium feel, and 2 pillow tops, a firm and an ultra plush. I'm on the firm right now, and in the case of the firm and ultra plush pillow tops, what you're getting is a lot more dense memory foam. So you have basically about 4 inches of memory foam in both of these 2 pillow tops at the top of the K-Class. So really, this is going to give you by far the most memory feel anywhere in the Beautyrest Black collection. So if that's something that you're looking for, I would say this is the part of the Beautyrest Black collection to look at first. It's also worth noting that the top price in the Beautyrest Black collection is now $38.99, which is lower than it has been in the past. So since we don't often see that, I think it's worth pointing out that the top end of the Beautyrest Black collection is a little bit lower priced than what we've seen in the past. So we hope you found this to be a helpful overview of the new Beautyrest Black collection. For more help in finding the right mattress for you, go to GoodBed.com. In the meantime though, we thank you for watching and we hope you sleep well.